Hi, I'm Honey, and I went on TikTok today and found out everybody hates this lady. Why, you may ask? Food and Mormonism? Okay, it's a lot more complex than that, so gang, buckle up, strap in, because we are about to go and adventure the world of Nara Smith. So, Nara Smith posts stuff like this.
This morning, my toddler stumbled into my room, and her first words were PB&J, so that's exactly what I got started on.
Which is so funny to me, because I'm just imagining this is the toddler's first words, like, ever. Like, the toddler rolls up into her bed in business casual dress and goes, "Hello, mummy. May I please put in a request for my breakfast for a rich, smooth jam puree served with a fresh nut on authentic sliced loafed bread." And she's just like, "Oh my god, he said his first words ever. This is the best day ever." And then rolls up her sleeves and goes to make a sandwich.
Started by making a really simple sandwich bread with some yeast, water, salt, sugar, and flour. I started on my raspberry jam. That was going. I started on my peanut butter. I roasted all my peanuts in the oven and then ground them up with some sea salt.
So, as you can see, she makes her own bread, jam, basically the plate at this point. And it just drives me bonkers to think about the fact that this toddler probably asked for this like a good 3 hours ago.
Hours later.
And in true toddler fashion, when she goes to give the food to the screaming, hungry child, it is gonna look down on it and be like, "Ew, gross." Anyways, can we get dinosaur nuggets up in here? But Nara posts a lot about her home-cooked meals, including this one about her making cereal from scratch.
This morning, I asked my toddlers what they wanted for breakfast, and they both said cereal. So cereal it was, and we got started right away. The cereal was a Cocoa Puff cereal, so I did oat flour, maple syrup, cocoa powder, some nut butter, and gave that a really good mix. Then I formed that into a ball, cut that in 4 pieces, and then started assembling my small little Cocoa Puff balls.
And now I did not realize that was something we could do. Maybe I'm dumb, but I never really occurred to me that we could just make cereal, that there were recipes for that. Like, I understand now hearing it out loud, like, duh, something has to be made and produced for cereal to get on my plate, or my bowl, rather. I do not eat cereal on a plate, that'd be weird. But it just kind of occurred to me that we can just make that. Then again, my favorite cereals growing up were those little, like, chocolate chip cookies that wasn't basically cereal, but it had the little wolf mascot, and Cinnamon Toast Crunch. So I'm pretty sure the recipe for those is just straight sugar. So if you haven't noticed, she cooks decked out. And Nara is a mother of 2 with 1 on the way, which congrats queen. But somehow she still has the mental capacity and sanity to make these elaborate cooking videos, to which I applaud her. But also, I'm a little bit bitter, because I just found out
I was born on September 27th, 2001, so I'm 22 years old.
she's literally only 1 year older than me, and she has her life so much more together than I think I ever will, because she's cooking these gourmet meals. And today I woke up late for work and decided, oh shit, the only thing I have time to cook right now are pizza rolls, and I somehow burned those. Okay, 21 years old, I burned pizza rolls, and that was my breakfast. Meanwhile, she's just making cereal from scratch. You know, no biggie. But a lot of people aren't necessarily that happy with her. But a lot of her content is super out of touch, one might argue. Especially considering her husband is Tumblr's Dreamy McDreamy man, Lucky Blue Smith, not to be confused with Tumblr's other dream man from that same time period as him, Jensen Ackles. But low-key, they are kind of a cute couple. But this photo of them where she's talking about the food they ordered and he looks like he is about to rip the bag open and just devour the food. Like, he looks like a little Victorian child who has not eaten in days. Like, he's salivating at the thought of the food is so funny to me. Like, please let bro eat. And you know what? At the end of the day, she's just a girl. Even if she's a little bit crazy.
Call me crazy, but as a young kid, my favorite food was tomato soup.
Which, Nara, me too, girl. Call me crazy, but I have autism and can recite every single word of Markiplier's first ever Five Nights at Freddy's play. Hold on. I'm getting word that it's not that hyper crazy. Yeah, even if Nara Smith decides to make homemade Oreos when her husband wants cookies and cream.
My husband was on his way out to get a cookies and cream soft serve, but I told him I'll just make it for him instead, so that's exactly what I did. I started by making my Oreos by combining some flour, cocoa powder, butter, some sugar, and egg.
Even though in the time it took her to make this, he probably could have gone to Sonic and back 8 times. She's just a mom, living life with her kids and her husband, who, by the way, her kids low-key have insane names, as TikTok likes to constantly critique insane names. Let's get into that.
My daughter's name is Rumble Honey Smith, and my son's name is Slim Easy Smith. So these might be a little out there, but let's get started. For girl's name, I really love the name Odie, Pepper, Dawn. They're all really cute to me. I really like Cherry as a middle name. My husband doesn't really like that name. I also like Bubble as a second name. That might be controversial. And I love the name Pear as a first name. And then for boys, I love the name Frosty still, if you guys remember. What else was there? Sunny, Silver, Zen. Those are a few, but we won't be using them for this baby.
I will say, this is the first time ever I have heard of anyone else with my name that is not a golden retriever or a yellow corgi. So that is a slay, but also it makes me kind of scared because everyone is clowning on the kids' names so hard. Rumble Honey is kind of funny though. Like, if I was a WWE wrestler, I think I would make that my name. Like, straight up, oh, here comes Rumble Honey with the steel chair. And wait, what's she doing? She's crying? She's upset that she has to beat up the other guy? Cut the cameras, get her out of here. Also, this specific video just kind of irks me a little bit.
And she's just a little odd. Like, she said she liked Cherry as a girl's middle name. And she said her husband didn't like it. And it's like, well, duh. You give a Cherry as your daughter's middle name. You've pretty much picked her career choices when she grows up. I mean, come on. Cherry, you know what that sounds like. An exotic dancer's name.
Because why are you, as a grown adult, hearing baby names and being like, oh, your kid's gonna grow up to be a stripper? I don't even know what it's giving. Because first of all, a lot of those names, not that insane. Dawn, Cherry even, I could argue I hear in my day-to-day life. Dawn, Pokemon represent. World's greatest dish soap. I think that's the only dish soap I could name because I like their little duck commercials. But jokes aside, those names are not that insane. And also insinuating that she is setting her child up for failure by giving her child a unique name is such a bold claim. And I don't even want to get into a lot of the deep-rooted issues with that. And it's just insane to me that you are setting the precedent of, let's judge someone based off their name. Like, we know what career path they're going down. Just say you don't have a fun name, okay? Just say, like, your friends don't call you Honey Bunches of Oats. You know what? Both the baby's parents are models. I don't know how worried it needs to be about job interviews, okay? I don't think not getting a retail job because of a name is gonna ruin Rumble Honey's life.
Maybe it's just because she's from a different country and maybe they dress like that where she's from. I don't know. But this man, he always looks like a greaser from The Outsiders. Y'all are lucky if I put makeup on for my videos.
And listen, you can pick apart the way Nara dresses all y'all want. But if I had her money, if I looked like her, god damn it, I'd be dressing like that too. If I had that sort of budget, I would be buying ball gowns. I would be throwing balls. Everyone would get just these fancy letters from me. And I would be in my Barbie and Rapunzel era. Like, listen, you know that trend that's like, if I won the lottery, there'd be signs? Yeah, the signs would be, I'd be dressing like Nara Smith. Modeling and content creation is Nara's job. Obviously, as a model, she is going to look like a model.
The cow outside.
There's a cow farm. You're gonna find cows outside.
Just don't tear down women for their decisions on makeup. If you want to wear makeup, great. You should not feel pressured into it. And on that same note, if someone does not want to wear makeup, they don't need to feel like they have to. It is our choice to make, and you can't tear down someone else for deciding like, oh shit, I want to look hot today. Like, good for her. Good, again, if I looked like her, I would too. But a lot of why people are kind of disliking Nara Smith is because she's spreading Mormon propaganda. And I'm gonna be fully transparent with you guys. When I was doing this video, I had no particular stance on her, but everything I had seen had been negative, tearing her down for appropriating this Mormon lifestyle. But I did my own digging.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
That's too damn bad!
To try to include stuff for the video. And quite literally, it was nearly impossible for me to find anything really backing this up. With the exception of the fact she cooks and is a mother.
She's a mother.
All I could really trace was the fact she read scripture in the morning and her husband's religion. And of course you could argue that she is feeding and selling this lifestyle because of her aesthetic and the fact she's cooking and the fact she's a mother. But, like, we're describing hobbies, babe. Like, right now we are describing hobbies. Her hobby is cooking these weird dishes, just like my hobby is psychoanalyzing her hobbies. But aside from the clip of her reading scripture in the morning or the background on her husband, the only other thing I could find was her addressing it.
My religion is a very hot topic on the internet. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm still learning and figuring out my own faith. I'm not in any way a hardcore Mormon or anything like that. I don't wear garments. I didn't get married in the temple. Both me and my husband are on our own journeys and figuring out how we want to raise our kids.
And essentially stating that she does not understand why this has kind of become the center of how people view her. And you know what? Mormonism is Mormonism. Okay? Hugs and kisses to the members of my family who are Mormon. I guess on that same note, while I'm passing them out, hugs and kisses to my Catholic family as well. I think with that little bit of background, you guys can kind of figure out why I'm like this. But aside from that, she's not really acting like being a mom and cooking is her job or it's her duty, or she's doing all of this for her husband.
I've always wanted to be a young mom.
She very much sometimes just posts about doing it for herself, or just that she enjoys cooking. And yes, she cooks for her toddlers and her husband, but they also live in the same house as her. Like, she's not exactly forcing it down our throats or saying, this is the way to live, this is what the rest of you have to do, like, this is your call to action. She quite literally just films her little cooking videos with a voiceover that is liquid melatonin because, listen, her voice makes me sleepy in the most positive way possible, and she discovers apples exist for the first time.
This has been my new late night snack obsession. I don't know whether I'm late to this, whether people are doing this already or not.
So I don't want to call it propaganda just yet, especially because it does not seem like it is her intention for it to be. And also, from what I remember about Mormonism, though I do try to Men in Black it, she's not exactly living up to their ideals or being like the star people of Mormonism. The way she dresses, her caffeine consumption, even some of the things she kind of talks about, that's like a no-no for them. So she's not exactly superstar Mormon next to Joseph Smith. She is just someone who happens to practice Mormonism. Whether that is problematic or not is not my call to make, but we can't base her entire personality over her trying to find a basis of religion in her life. Not when it does not seem like it is her intention to make her whole personality being Mormon. Also, she works. She's not exactly your traditional ideal wife who's a stay-at-home mom, but just dresses cute and cooks. No, she is a model with a job. She also is a full-time influencer. She does all these events I'm kind of realizing Nara Smith might just be Barbie. Like, she's a chef, she can influence, she can model. Next step is going to space. She's gonna hit her astronaut Barbie era. Good for her. And sure, there are other reasons people on the internet don't like her, including lack of relatability, or even setting an unrealistic and oftentimes unwanted bar for other women to achieve. But she is just living her life. She is not pitting herself against other women. It is other people doing that for her. And honestly, if she ever wanted to give me cooking lessons so I do not eat pizza rolls for breakfast, I'd take them. If she ever wanted to give me fashion advice, I'd take it. If she ever wanted to give me a little bit of money, I would also take that. Well, gang, I have to go learn how to make Trix cereal from scratch because Easter's coming up and I want to catch myself a magical bunny. So I'm gonna go follow a Nara Smith recipe. But I will see you guys in the next video. And yeah, it was fun talking. Bye!